The C30's been to 2 shops and they still can't figure out why she's not making enough boost. Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome back to Shifting Lanes. My name's Chad and this is my 2008 Volvo C30 project car. It's been, I don't even know how long, but we've been chasing down an issue where she's not making enough boost. I've taken her to 2 shops. I've taken her down to see our friends at Long Valley Auto Works. They couldn't figure it out. I took it down to Frank's Volvo, or Frank's Golf, in a neighboring town. He is actually a Volvo specialist. He was trained by Volvo on these cars. He knows these cars inside out and backwards. And he couldn't find the issue as well. So, as many of you know, I talked to Rich Forsyth probably more than he would like about this car, about chasing down issues, all that. If you're unfamiliar with him, he is basically the guy with these platforms. The guy to talk about Volvos in general, but specifically these P1 platforms. He does all-wheel drive swaps on them. He owns one. It's wicked fast. If you want to see about that car, click up here. I basically turned to him and said, yo man, what's going on? What can I do to try to figure out what is going wrong with this car? And he effectively told me to do a, well, kind of a garage hack, a garage fix, something that maybe not a full-fledged shop would have, to try to isolate a potential leak. So what we're gonna do is we're effectively gonna go through the entire intake system, basically anywhere there's a joiner, a gasket, wherever this stuff meets. We're gonna spray some brake clean on it, and if the idle changes, so we're gonna do this while the car's running, if the idle changes, if the idle gets rougher, it means we have a leak. Basically what's happening there is you're introducing a rich situation, engine bogs down, and we know there's a leak there, and we have to take steps to, well, basically fix it. First up, I wanna apologize for the noise off the roof there. This is what, it's kind of what it looks like outside. It's been raining all day. It's not pleasant, but yeah, back to the car. So as much as you guys like me staring at an engine bay, listening for the slightest blip in throttle, or I'm sorry, not throttle, but idle, I'll save you from the entirety of me doing that. Suffice it to say, I went around as best I possibly could, trying to hit every little joiner, Tried to get up on the block, all the silicone joiners as close as I could. Got up under as best I could. Hit some of the joiners there, and long story short, the idle didn't budge. To test this test, I kind of sprayed some near the intake, and it does bog. It does bog when you introduce the brake clean into the system. But it didn't do it for me in any of the spots I don't want to say hoping for, but it didn't bog. So I know this is a very rudimentary test. It's kind of a catch an obvious thing type of a test. Really what we need to get on here to really kind of get at the root of this problem is a pressurized smoke test. The rain. And unfortunately, I don't have access to one of those. I don't know anyone who has access to one of those. I'm gonna have to call some speed shops to see if they have any. Maybe Prime, where we take all of our cars to get dynoed, has one. I mean, they do a lot of work on turbocharged Subarus, so here's hoping there. But this car has gotten, like, it's befuddled mechanics. So both shops I took it to, I had them check vacuum lines, check the silicone couplers, check just about everywhere to make sure everything was as it should be, and everything was fine. They also, according to what they said, they threw it up on the computer. Nothing was tripping the computer, and when I say computer, I don't mean a regular code reader. I do mean Vita, and nothing was tripping it. So in their view, things like the TCV, CBV, all those little physical components that help control boost, they were fine. The only thing I really haven't touched is the tune. Well, I shouldn't say haven't touched. I did run the stock tune for a few miles, probably 10, maybe 20 miles, seeing what was going on there, seeing if, you know, we weren't getting any boost or anything wonky like that. And we're at about 5-6 pounds, which I know a lot of you watching this know that that's not really where it should be. I don't know if that's down to, you know, something being wrong inside the turbo or something or whatever, or where my brain goes is that the stock ECU, the stock tune, we've got a whole mess of not stock parts on here, specifically like our intake manifolds and so on. I don't know if this is causing a situation for the ECU to freak out, saying hold on, and it goes into kind of a safe boost mode. I don't know enough about these cars, specifically the ECU and the programming involved, or about a lot of these parts. This is my first Volvo. I don't know if that's the case, but that's kind of where my brain is leading me. It's been really, really funky. So when I first noticed the problem, we were at 7 pounds of boost. Reset the ECU, driving around, we're at 5 to 6, like I mentioned before. Put the good tune from Elevate back into it, did a recent highway run. I was running errands, and I was at between 12 and 13 or so PSI of boost there. It seems to come and go. You guys have any suggestions? If this has happened to you, please feel free to drop a comment down below, or you can find us on social media at Shifting Lanes, or me personally at Chenedy83. Hopefully the next video is going to be fun. I am going on a little bit of a road trip this weekend. Give me a good opportunity to test out our brand new Bilstein B14 coilovers. Bit of highway driving, bit of backcountry driving, bit of rough road driving, basically covering the gamut on these things. I can tell you right off the bat, in just the short time I've been driving around, the short little blast, these things really, really wake up the car. I can't wait to test it out in a more, well, let's just call it aggressive fashion. So hopefully the next video should be a little bit of fun. And then hopefully by the video after that, we have this figured out. I really, really hope so. But thanks for watching, guys. This one's a wrap. I'll catch you next time.